This should look a little familiar to you. This is a G36 gel ball blaster here. The brand is CAISSA, CAISSA. You can find it on Amazon. We're going to check it out. I say it should look familiar because this is the blaster model the Splatrball was based on. So a little different version of it here than I've seen before. So that's kind of cool to get exposed to some of these different versions of the G36. But as you can see, a lot of similarities to the Splatrball. And of course, we'll go through it. Let's talk about everything included, put it together as we go. Excited to shoot this one because I really don't know what we're going to get at for the FPS with this one. It will be interesting. I mean, they're saying 200 plus FPS, so hopefully it does do 200. That would be great. Anyway, let's check it out and let's talk about it while we do that. So everything we see on here on the table comes in the box. So this is all standard or stock accessories that come with it, right? You get the safety glasses, of course. Important to wear some sort of safety glasses, whether you wear those or sunglasses or whatever. So we can see the G36 little manual they give you. They do give you a nice manual. Talks about, of course, how to use it, all the accessories included, charging, and of course, importance of the gel ball process and the magazine. And of course, we will go in more depth with that. So for those of you who are new to gel blasters, this one comes with a couple 5,000 packs, a couple 500 packs of gel beads. Soaking those properly is super important. If the gel balls are not 7 to 8 millimeters, your blaster won't work. So anyway, got these right here. You're going to want to soak them. There's 3 tips. They need plenty of space, plenty of water, plenty of time. Okay, so do those 3 things. Make sure you've got a large enough container, use plenty of water, and give them 4 to 6 hours. At that point, there should be water left over, there should be room left over. Drain them out. You can store them for up to 2 weeks. I have other videos that really go more in depth if you feel like that was too quick, but they're easy to use if you follow those directions. Okay. You get 2 magazines with this one, which is nice. It's nice to be able to have 2 magazines. Of course, they do lock together as well so that you can have them together. That's what these connections are for here, right? So that you can slide them together like this and they pop together. And they are both motorized magazines, as you can see. Since they're translucent, we can see the motors in there. We can see the connections up here. They open here. Okay. Now, as with all magazines, make sure that you're not storing any blasters inside them or any gel balls inside them when you're done playing. That's how they can kind of lock together. And make sure that when you're done, you clear them out completely too. So when you're shooting these, you're going to end up with a couple left in there. You can flip the gun over, shoot it upside down. Sometimes that'll get them all out. But anyway, just make sure you open it up, shake any out, even push these buttons and clear out that feed tube. Okay, just a good practice. And then just leave them open to kind of air out. So let's talk about where the magazine goes. So we're going to grab our blaster here. We can see that we've got the handle or the stock flipped to the side. So there's a little kind of ledge and clip right there. So to get that to release, you just kind of lift up and then it releases. And you can lock that in place. We can flip this over and look at the mag well. So there's your mag well. You can see the connections in there and the feed tube, the mag release button. So that is where we would go ahead and stick this in. And if you stick it with your spare magazine on this side, then the stock can still flip and lock in place like that. If we stick the spare mag on this side, it's going to just stop the stock from locking in place when you fold it over. Okay. Since we're talking about that stock too, that's the stock release button right there. Okay. So that's how the magazine goes on, right? Again, we'll take that off for now while we talk about the last few things. So we got your battery. It is a 600 mAh 7.4 volt battery, your USB charger. Plug that into any AC adapter 1 amp or greater. You can see this has that typical 2 connection, charging connection, and then the 2-pin JST connection for the blaster. So get that charged up. You've got this front barrel piece now, and then you've got this little blue tip that you can go ahead and just push on. And that just pushes on and pulls off. It's on there tight. It's not going to come off unless you pull it hard. got a couple different rail options for different accessories here. So the battery goes in a little different spot here. So your battery goes right here, and then this piece is going to slide over it. So this piece you kind of have to line up. So it lines up like this, because then you see that it's going to click in. So let me go ahead and push that down for a moment. So it lines up and clicks in like that, okay? And then the button to release it is right here. So it does take a little bit getting used to, because it's just a different mechanism of putting a battery in. So you can kind of do it like this. I'm doing here, kind of clip it in, push it under here, and slide it on. And it's not going to look super smooth because it does just take a little bit of practice. It's not that it's hard, it's just different. So actually that went pretty well. That was better than my dry run. So anyway, so we got the battery in there, got on safety, got on automatic. Now this also has the charging handle that'll prime the magazine. So when you have your magazine in, pull this back, you can hear that. That's the motor running. All right. In this one, it'll still prime in safety. Obviously it won't shoot. Oh, I was in safety, excuse me. So in safety, it'll still prime, just won't shoot. In automatic, obviously it'll shoot and prime. So sometimes they won't prime in safety, but this one will. Not really a big deal either way. It's still in safety. It can't shoot, but you can get the magazine all primed, which is cool. All right, so there it is, the G36. The brand is CAISSA, CAISSA. What do you guys think of it? Like I said, this is what Splatrball based their guns on, so lots of similarities there. Definitely looks cool. I like that it comes with 2 magazines. They're both motorized. That's obviously a big plus. Now it's just going to come down to performance. So looking forward to testing it, seeing what kind of FPS we're at. They're saying 200. Hopefully that's true. So let me know what you guys think. Comments, questions, please post them below. Please like, please subscribe, participate in all the giveaways, and I'll go ahead and post that demo with FPS, and I'll post a long version where I just attach it to the end of this video too. Thanks for the support, and make sure you're sharing this channel with your Gel Blaster friends. Okay, we got a G36 here. This is from the brand CAISSA on Amazon, CAISSA. The link's in the description. Pretty nice looking blaster, pretty nice build quality. I do like that they give you 2 magazines. These magazines are large magazines, so they fit a lot more gel balls than a typical magazine style gel blaster. So that's kind of cool. And that you get the spare one that you can attach is pretty nice. Charging handles right here. You can hear that running. You can see the gel balls moving. So it's going ahead, it's feeding them up into the feed tube. We're going to shoot it a little bit. I've already shot it a little already. Not going to see a 200 average, but we'll go ahead and we'll shoot it. We'll test the FPS. So it does shoot nice and fast. That's cool. But let's test and see what kind of FPS we're at. I'd say it's closer to like 160 on average for the FPS. So earlier I was shooting it, I got some highs in the 190s, but just a couple. The majority of them I'm going to say are around 160. So that's where I'm going to put it for average for FPS is 160. I mean, still $90, good blaster. You get the 2 magazines. They're both motorized magazines. That's a big deal. You got the priming handle on there. Overall, it's a good build quality. It's good quality, thick plastic. So I do still think it's a good blaster. Just wish the FPS was a little higher. And remember, guys, when you're done, make sure you get all those gel balls out. Just even hit that, like, push that little button, whip any out of the feed tube, and make sure that any in the other area are out too. Just leave those little doors open and let them dry out. All right, guys, comments, questions, please post them below. Of course, like, subscribe, and tell your friends and participate in the giveaways. Looking to do 2 big packages per month for the summer of 2022.